I just snorted. Damn it. Wind us down, damn it. In the stream. In the stream, in the podcast. Welcome, everybody, to Respawn Please, the weekly video game podcast where two friends come together to talk all things video games. I'm your host, Jesus, and with me, as always, is El. El, how the heck are you son of a gun?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here once again. Another episode of the great Respawn Please, and excited to talk basically all things Overwatch this episode.
Yeah, this is your dream episode. This is my nightmare episode. The only thing that could be worse than this is somehow we talk about Amnesia the Bunker.
Sorry, Amnesia people. Sorry, fans.
But before we get into all that, El, I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
What you been playing? What have you been playing this week? What magical game have we both been playing?
So of course the magical game I think you're referring to is Lethal Company. And you're like, actually, no, it's Paw Patrol. No,
we've been playing Paw Patrol together.
No,
Game Pass game right there.
The exact Game Pass. Lethal Company, which has been so much fun. Been having a blast playing that with you. Besides Lethal Company, been playing, of course, Overwatch. I finally finished the Battle Pass a while, maybe like at the end of last week, and so I'm just relaxing now. Outside of those normal ones, I did randomly play a match of Dead by Daylight by myself. Okay. I just randomly played it, and I didn't realize how much I forgot. Like, one, how up to date that game is. Like, they're constantly like doing new things, you know, creating new like skins or just like masks and stuff for like the killers in the game, and how their system works. I remember I just went in and I was curious. I was like, let me just play one match. Let's see. And going into it, there's like a level up system, you know, and I was like, I don't know what's the beneficial part of any of these things that you can kind of level up to as you're doing it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I did have fun. I won the match and I was like, okay, that's enough. Let me leave. And so I ended up playing that. I played a little bit of Control. I started playing Control. Yeah. And so I did not make it far. I think I only got maybe like 5 to 20 minutes into it before I had to stop and do something else. But it looks really cool. It looks really fun. I definitely can tell that Control was made by the same creators of Alan Wake, wasn't it?
Yeah, Remedy. It's all Remedy. It's the Remedy verse.
So you can definitely feel of course, the similarities of like how they look, how the writing is, and everything like that. And I like it a lot. So I'm like, oh. And so that's like my main man.
You've met Ati. Ati. Make sure you remember him and everything about him because he's going to show up again multiple times throughout Control and the expansion packs and in Alan Wake 2. Ati's your best friend. Just remember that. Ati's your best friend. You may not want to trust him at times, but he has he's good.
But outside of
sometimes,
definitely weird. But but other than that, those are the games I've been playing. Been having a blast, and that's me. What about you?
Nice. I've been playing. You know, we played Lethal Company. Love it. It's a great game. Mm-hmm. I'm bad at it, but you know, I'm bad at all games that I play. Started playing Fall Guys again. We've been playing that Fall Guys.
Yep.
You got really dark for a second.
What sorry. I just realized that it was a cloud going over. I thought. You're good.
I was like, saw you in the shadows. I was like, "Hell, what's happening?" But yeah, I been playing Fall Guys. I went ahead and just, you know, I'm not a multiplayer person. You know that with me. Yeah. Fall Guys for some reason is the only one that I've ever been willing to invest in consistently with the battle pass and stuff. So playing Fall Guys again. Gonna keep playing it. Gonna complete the battle pass. I realize I think they're just like correct me if I'm wrong. Someone out there correct me if I'm wrong. Are they just recycling the same skins over and over again? Because I don't feel like the skins really changed in the almost 1 year break that I had from Fall Guys. I don't really think anything changed. But there's some cool stuff. They've added I don't know when they added. I got a fucking mosquito flying around. I don't know where the fuck that thing came from. I don't know when they added it, but they've added a way to search for other people's creations and stuff. So I was playing some of those off stream today. When I ended my stream earlier, I was like, you know what, I'll check out some of these community creations and see what they have. And so some really cool stuff out there, people creating. We need to create our own Fall Guys courses and put them out there. Respawn please branded Fall Guys courses. Anybody can play them.
Definitely.
But yeah. Besides that, would this be a surprise to you, Al?
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a surprise to you.
Is it?
I too started playing Control.
What?
Because I was bored and I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's play Control.
Nice.
I got a little bit farther than you. I played about 2 hours. I've already played it once. I've already beat it once. I'm just playing it again because I love Remedy games. I love Control. And I was like, man, I forgot how fun this game is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful too.
Beautiful game. Yep.
The colors just pop. Like when you get that red, I don't know if you've reached that point where you get the red. It's just like so vibrant and it just looks great. I don't know about it. It's the same with Alan Wake. Alan Wake has like vibrant colors to it. I guess not vibrant colors, but like it's very stark. I don't know. I might be using the wrong words here. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get you. Playing through Alan Wake, it definitely has like a distinct look to it that looks really cool.
Yeah. And then I've been playing Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 on Game Pass. I've been addicted to that. I don't know why I'm addicted to that game, but I am. I'm level 20 or whatever. And I'm just having a good time unlocking all them Hot Wheels, man. You know, they update their store every day, every like 30 minutes or hour or something like that.
Jeez.
And it's just new stuff every time. And I'm just like, man, I want that car. That car looks cool. I got this little fucking dragon car that looked cool. I got the DeLorean. They had the DeLorean from Back to the Future and all that. Got that. That car fucking sucks. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. It just dropped on Game Pass on Thursday, I want to say. It might have been Friday. I think it was Thursday. Yeah. Thursday sounds more right to me. But I've just been playing that, and yeah, that's all I've been doing. Fun times. Games are cool.
Nice. Oh yeah.
But you know what's not cool?
Oh boy.
Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 fucking sucks. I hate it. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Overwatch today because there's the new hero thing happening right now. I know you have some thoughts on the new hero. PvE plans are out the window completely. There's probably not going to be any more PvE plans. And then there was a season 10 updates and all of that. So where do you want to begin with all of this? Do you want to begin with the new hero? Do you want to talk about how Overwatch 2 is just destroying any hope for future PvE stuff? Do you want to talk about the season 10 updates? I'm going to leave this to you because you are the Overwatch expert here. Yes. You're the one who loves it. I'm the one who doesn't hate it, but doesn't care for it is the best way to put it, you know?
All right. So I'd say that probably the best place that we can start is by introducing the new hero that is coming in season 10 by the name, a new DPS hero by the name of Venture.
All right, let's talk about it. So over on GameSpot, but I'm sure you could get this information anywhere, but I use GameSpot specifically. An article, Overwatch 2's new DPS hero, Venture, is as maneuverable as they are deadly. This is from Cameron Cock, I'm going to say. Venture is a highly maneuverable DPS who uses their smart excavator weapon to both deal damage and overcome enemy defenses. The weapon itself launches seismic charges that explode after a short distance. The real fun of Venture looks to be using the drill to move around the battlefield in interesting ways. Venture's burrow ability allows them to dig underground and emerge underneath enemies, dealing damage when surfacing. While underground, Venture is invulnerable, allowing the ability to serve as both an offensive and defensive tool. As for Venture's ultimate, tectonic shock, it sends out large damaging shockwaves in an area in front of Venture. The DPS hero additionally sports two passive abilities. One, Explorer's Resolve, grants them a temporary shield when activating abilities, while the other, Clobber, increases the damage of Venture's basic melee attacks. You've played them, right? You've gotten to you've gotten to play Venture.
Yes.
How do you feel? Does Venture do anything for you? Are you excited about them coming out of the test period, because it's test period right now?
Yeah.
By the time everyone sees this, the test period's over. So
yes,
you can't play
completely
them.
Done. But you can't play them. Yeah. No, I'll tell you this. So I kind of just went in with no expectations. Most of the time, for those who are familiar with the channel, when we do play Overwatch, most of the time I'm playing a lot of support, maybe occasionally tank. I don't do a lot of DPSing just because DPSing can be very stressful at times, but it is fun occasionally. But I'll say this, that with Venture's new edition and everything, this is probably the most fun I've ever had playing Overwatch. That character's abilities and traits of just what they can do makes it so much fun to navigate around, like the battles, the fights that they can take on, or going trying to get to the back line to take out the other team's support. Man, it's been so much fun just because this character, of course, as you said in there, they have this ability where they can dig underground and just kind of basically like a Diglett, just kind of go underground and just move around, and just they can hop up wherever. They have like, at the moment, they have like a 4-second time period where they can just move around, and you see like this rubble start to move, and it's them drilling through the ground to get to wherever. And then in the moment when you're done, you can hop out or you can wait a little bit to get some power to come up to deal more damage. But man, it's so much fun playing with them, just because I guess maybe what it feels like, it's something new and refreshing to see in Overwatch, instead of just someone who might just have a gun that they shoot, or someone who might just have all these like random, like, I don't know, everything feels like, for the most part, like either they have a gun or they have a laser beam or something, whereas they also have a gun, but like it's their supporting abilities that feel really cool to play with, you know?
Yeah. I've watched gameplay footage and stuff. I mean, they look cool. They look cool. Yeah. I don't know if this is enough to entice me to play DPS at all. You know me. When I play Overwatch, the rare times I play Overwatch, I stick to Moria and Lucio. I don't play anything else. I absolutely refuse to play anything else because I don't like Overwatch that much. And you know, they seem cool. They have a cool design to them as well. But like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like enough for me to go, yeah, I'm going to play DPS. But I'm glad you're having fun with it. Do you know if that's the general consensus? Have you like been keeping the tabs with that? Because I didn't even know there was a new thing until you told me the other day when we were playing Lethal Company. Oh yeah, like, oh yeah. Have you seen the new hero? I was like, no, I haven't. I didn't even know there was one, because like that's just how out of touch with Overwatch I have been. So
gotcha. No, I'll say this, that so looking through like either Twitter, if not Reddit, or X, or just all over TikTok and social media about it. So far, I'd say it's about maybe like 70-30, where 70% people, it seems like, really enjoy the character and their abilities. There are, you know, you're going to have this with everybody. There are people who kind of like, oh, they just seem like a ripoff of this character and blah, blah, blah. But they really genuinely feel like a new character and a new addition, like to where it's like, wow, I wonder what other new characters that end up coming in later on in the seasons, or whoever they introduce. Like, I wonder, it brings you, I guess maybe like, it opens up your mind to be like, oh, they can do a lot of stuff, and to kind of try to introduce new ideas and things like that. And so, but I'd say overall, a lot of people do. I've seen a lot of people say that they've had a lot of fun playing with Venture, and it's been like a blast for them.
Okay, that's nice. I mean, that's good definitely to get some positivity, I suppose. Yeah. Because you know, not all things are positive in the world of Overwatch.
No, they're not.
This is from an article over on PC Gamer. Overwatch 2 has killed any remaining hope for its future PvE missions, with the mode being scrapped in favor of going all in on PvP. This is from Molly Taylor at PC Gamer. Blizzard has completely gutted its planned PvE content for Overwatch 2 and will instead double down on PvP. That's according to a Bloomberg newsletter and information that PC Gamer has corroborated separately. It's a disappointing conclusion to an 18-month wait, albeit one that's not all too surprising given last year's cancellation of the game's hero mode. Moving down. While a trio of co-op missions were released in June last year, a $15 price tag and lack of replayability didn't do much in a way of enticing players. The Bloomberg newsletter claims that poor sales from those missions shattered the team's chances of a bonus payout, while Blizzard has traditionally given its bonuses company-wide. A policy change introduced by Activision means that rewards are distributed to teams based on individual franchises' performance, which fucking sucks.
Yes. Yeah.
That kind of sucks. All your hard work only for it to go out the window, in a way.
Yeah.
This was also followed up by almost the entire PvE team being laid off as part of the brutal mass call that happened in January, which is, for those who didn't know, Microsoft laid off a bunch of people from Activision Blizzard and just company-wide as well. It wasn't just Activision Blizzard, but there was a good amount of people in Activision Blizzard that got laid off. So,
yeah.
Elle, how do you feel about this? Do you care? You disappointed?
I'll say
surprised?
That I'm not necessarily surprised. I would say it sucks because this is basically what Overwatch 2 was supposed to be, and like have something to distinct it from 1. Besides the changing from 6v6 to 5v5. There was this big. It sucks. They showed off so many cool ideas when Jeff was there. Jeff Kaplan, if I remember his last name correctly, when they had like a skill tree, they had all these ideas of like how to make PvE just like a whole new way to play Overwatch with like your friends and just, cool story and stuff like that. But quickly, when the 3 missions did come out, I was one of the people who bought them. They didn't sell that well. I'll tell you that right now, because that might say in an article. It didn't sell that well at all. And for good reason, just because the missions were lackluster. I think it might have been fun here and there, but like it didn't live up to the hype of what they had promised. And then they would always be like, there's more coming, just give it time or whatever. But I mean, those are empty promises. And so I'm not surprised by the news that they decided to shut it down. It sucks. Maybe one day, hopefully if Overwatch still continues on, that they'll be able to like try again or try something new to hopefully like rekindle the ideas of what they were showing off. But as of right now, I'm not surprised. But it makes sense maybe why they're killing it, just because I think that for right now, they should definitely just focus on like the PvP aspect of making sure everything is smoothly, which I think you can see it in a sense with the new character they're introducing and with their roadmap of how they want the future to lay out. And I think it's good. And I think it's better off for them that they do it this way to make sure this is at least good and it gets to a really great position before they even start venturing out and doing other things,
Yeah. So for me, this wasn't a surprise to me at all. Exactly what I said was going to happen happened. I was like, worst case scenario is that, and this is the worst case scenario. They chose the worst case scenario. Was the PvE packs were going to come out, and then they were going to wait a couple months and hope everybody forgot, and then just shutter it completely.
Yep.
And exactly what I thought was going to happen, that happened. So like, as I was like, the worst case scenario, which I think is going to happen, is going to be this. And it happened. I was completely right. I was not surprised at all when I saw that. I was like, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense that they would do that. For me, this is hugely disappointing because the only thing I cared about to begin with was PvE stuff for Overwatch. Like, I've been growing out of multiplayer games. I just don't find the fun in multiplayer games that much anymore, especially games like Overwatch 2, where it's just like mostly just sweaty competitive bullshit that people get toxic about. That I'm just like, okay, guys, we're just in quick play. Why are you taking this so seriously?
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I wish in a perfect world, in an alternate universe, we got the PvE stuff.
I know,
where we could just play it, because like you said, a lot of the stuff looked cool, like the hero progression that they were going to have, and all of that looked cool. I was excited for like getting more story stuff, because like I love the lore of Overwatch. I love the behind the story stuff, like the story stuff that they've had from like the story trailers and just like the characters' backgrounds and stuff. I love all that shit.
Yeah.
I just don't care about the multiplayer stuff. Like Overwatch 2 just has so many cool aspects to it. It's just none of it's the gameplay for me. I don't give a fuck about any of the gameplay at this point, and I wish I could, but because I love one side.
Yeah.
just not the other. And just drives me insane because Overwatch 2 is like Overwatch as a whole is just so cool. It's just so cool. They have such cool characters.
Yeah.
And it's just like they could do so much with a PvE. I think they would do really well with a PvE game if it was PvE focused completely, not just like 3 missions that they throw in there, but like really developing their stuff. I think they could really, but as you said, doubling down could be a good thing and could potentially give them the opportunity down the line to revisit. So
yeah, I think it's like you just said, and I said before, where I think as long as they continue to focus on that PvP aspect currently for right now, it doesn't mean they have to do it like forever, but just they just had last year finalized the deal with Microsoft, so now they're under Microsoft, and they're starting again in a way. Basically, like this building that was built by them crumbled, now they have to rebuild from scratch in a sense. And I think as long as they get the PvP good, they get it going, and they keep the player community happy, and everything just keeps running smoothly, and they keep doing what they're doing, and it gets exciting again. Then down the road, once you do that for, however many seasons or, a year or two or however many, you can slowly be like, okay, we got this down packed. The players are happy with this. Everyone is starting to like this again. We can slowly start to work on new things and just trying to test the waters on possibly doing something that's PvE, or even potentially bringing back like those skill trees, the character development, just working on the lore more. And I think it's all about just, they just have to start over. That's all it is. And so hopefully in a couple years, we could see something of the ideas that they originally showed off again down the line when it's more stable and, everybody's, happier.
You say happier. Is anyone ever going to truly be happy in the gaming space? Let's be real.
Not.
People complain about everything. Like, let's be real. Nobody's ever happy about anything, whether it's
Very
Overwatch, whether it's freaking Fortnite, whether it's Call of Duty. People are never happy about anything. What is the last game that you can think of where people were just all happy about?
That was like a multiplayer?
That was like multiplayer.
That I don't know if I even have an answer for that. That's a good question.
Because
I mean, maybe, I guess the only thing I can think of is like the closest thing that comes to it to me is Fortnite, just because of all the events that they have.
People complain about Fortnite all the time, though.
Okay. I mean, that is true. I'm trying to think, well, what's the closest like that? People are always going to complain.
I was going to say the original launch of Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
The original launch, like, even like...
one game of the year. So.
Like, yeah, the original launch of Overwatch, that first few months, like, was hot. I mean, yeah, it was definitely when you contrast it with Overwatch 2 launch, it's very different. It's like night and day. I would argue that Overwatch 1 launch was hot. Granted, it quickly fell off and people started complaining, but but like that initial release, people were happy and excited, or at least it felt that way. Maybe I'm looking back at with like rose tinted glasses, but
maybe, yeah,
I don't know. But I can't think of anything. I think just by nature of multiplayer games, people are always going to be angry about something for some reason.
Very true. But that makes sense though, because when you think about it, especially when it comes to a game like Overwatch, in any live service games, there's always going to be balancing involved. And so, once something has changed, you're going to see one group of people be like, yeah, they finally nerfed this character and they buffed this character. And then you're going to hear the other side be like, makes it even worse. Now this is unplayable. And it's a constant, like, there's never really a true balance. It's more like, let's tweak it here a little bit. Next season, let's tweak it here a little bit. Over here.
It's just all the little tweaks to see what would be better and stuff.
Exactly.
Even my beloved live service game, Marvel Snap, goes through that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't play Marvel Snap anymore, but I used to.
Oof.
I used to play it religiously.
Yes, you did.
Oof. I've been watching streamers play Marvel Snap, and like some of the changes, I'm just like, what? Man, we don't have to get into this, but Marvel Snap is a game that I'm like, how the hell can anyone get into it right now when the meta is so like fucking wild? And I don't know, man. It's the same when I look at Hearthstone. I look at Hearthstone and I go, how the fuck am I supposed to get into that when there's just so many cards? You have so many versions.
Exactly.
Let's not get into it. Let's move on. Elle, I'm going to let you take over this part, which is the developer update for the heroes for Overwatch. They have hero releases, mythics, and gameplay updates that are coming with Season 10. So, Elle, take it away. You're my Overwatch expert. You'll be able to talk about it better than I can.
All right. So this is a developer update from Blizzard here that was posted on the 19th of March, 2024. Basically, what they're talking about is what's going to be changing, what's being introduced, and moving forward, what's going to be happening with the way that Overwatch 2, what's going to be happening, which I think, before I even get into it, I think they've making a lot of great changes that I think are slowly but surely, not immediately, but slowly but surely going to get the player base like it back in good favor with hero releases. So,
quick question.
Yes.
You say that. Have you read the comments?
No, of course not. They're probably not going to be great.
Go read the comments because you're wrong.
Overwatch sucks.
Yeah, basically was people's appeal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying it in much more nastier ways, but yes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
the first comment. No, you're fine. So what's happening is, but I think this is one thing we get. Never mind. Let me not go on a tangent with the community of Overwatch. Let me not do that. But I'll say this. So from Season 10 and on, beforehand, for heroes such as Sojourn, Junker Queen, Mauga, Ramatra, all of those heroes, when they were newly introduced, you had to obtain them through the battle pass. So before you could even play with them, you had to buy a battle pass just to play with these heroes, just to even play with them. And so they're getting rid of that. No more battle pass to unlock the heroes. Starting at Season 10 and on, they will no longer require you to buy the battle pass to even be able to play the heroes. All heroes are free from now on. So even if you've been playing the game and you didn't even get any battle passes, you didn't unlock the heroes that were behind them, you're going to get them for free. So every single hero from before up until from 10 and on will all be free. So Season 10 Venture will be free for everyone. You no longer have to spend money to get the heroes, because it doesn't make sense to do that when you think about it. That's so dumb. Yeah. But anyway, from going on their plan, they said that from here on in the future, no longer you'll have to buy the battle pass. Another thing with the battle pass as well is a lot of people. One thing that people complained about was you kind of work your way to level 80 to get like some mythic skin for a character. And sometimes it's a character you don't really care about. Like, for example, there was a Genji skin that I got, the demon skin. I didn't like it. I don't play Genji. It looked cool, but I didn't like it. And so some people were like, well, why would I want to play through the battle pass for something that I don't like or don't want? So another thing that the team here at Blizzard has introduced is that if you've missed out on any mythic skins before, you'll be able to work towards one that you want to get rather than just having only one that you're going towards in the battle pass. So now it's up to you. You get to decide when you first started up in the new Season 10 which skin you want to work towards. So that way, at least you're like, well, okay, cool. I missed out on this Orisa skin, or I missed out on this Mercy skin, Moira skin, or just whatever. Now you have something to at least be like, oh, okay, I know I'm working towards that versus something for a character you do not care about. Also, in addition to the battle pass, the challenges and coins are going to be changed. So now it says here, this is one thing I actually wasn't too familiar with. It says you will earn coins as you progress through the free and premium tracks of the battle pass, making them easier and more consistent to earn. Which, by the way, sucked when you did have the battle pass, because you did not earn a lot of coins at all. It was really bad. But they're increasing the number of coins that you can get from originally 540 to 600, which I feel like they could come up on that. And then also the challenges that they have, like the weekly ones, are going to be more flexible. So it's not just like one or two things. What?
Could you use the coins to pay for the battle pass? Like some battle passes do?
Yes, you could. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Just wanted to confirm because I didn't know.
Oh, no. I did that a couple times where I was like, oh, I have all these coins. Let me just use it. So that's one thing. I'm trying to think of so there's a new thing for the gameplay here. I'm going to read this directly from the developer update, where it says, beyond heroes and customization, we're also continuing to look at ways to refresh the core of Overwatch 2's gameplay. Season 9 saw big changes to competitive and core gameplay mechanics, mechanics. Our vision in the long term is to maintain a regular heartbeat in the game by consistently introducing newer updated systems, shaking up the meta, implementing rank resets, which I do like, and introducing new rewards. They're looking at how often this happens and listening closely to the feedback. So it's just them saying they're listening to people or whatever.
Yeah. Are they really listening though? I don't think so. That was a comment. One of the things they were like, "Oh, you don't really listen." Anyways, I love reading comments because they're fucking stupid.
Yeah,
people are butthurt.
Exactly. So then also too with season 10, they're introducing a new map, as well as doing a test trial on a new map that's a part of an old one. And so I'll read this one straight from the update. We're excited to share plans on how we release and update maps. The brand new map mode we introduced at BlizzCon 2023, Clash, which looks really cool, will make its debut this year with 2 accompanying maps. Get ready for intense action in the limited time Clash trial on the new Hanoka map and the start of season 10. And season 11 will introduce, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing this, Runasapi, the new push map set against the stunning backdrop of Peru, where Ilari's from, if you know who that is, in the world of Ilari and the Inti warriors. And so they're introducing new maps, and then they're also listening to feedback for previous maps such as Dorado, Circuit Royale, Havana, and Numbani, and they're trying to make updates. Because, sorry for the long-windedness, Junkertown was a new map, or excuse me, was an old map, which you can play on still, but they updated it by adding some like new cover, new different things just to freshen it up a little bit, which makes a world of difference when you add a couple changes like that. And so I think that's great. It'd be cool to see that, which they have done to other maps, but see changes like that just constantly. It'd be cool to keep it fresh. Why not just do that? Maybe not every season, but like every other 2 seasons, just switch up some things just to keep the maps fresh. So it doesn't feel like it's consistent and you're like, okay, I know to go here. This is the spot where people do this, and just to keep the gameplay fresh. That way you're like, okay, they're changing a couple things. Now we got to do that.
So like when you say like changes, do you mean like just like different routes you can take, like change the move some assets around where it's like, instead of going down this road, you now go down this road?
Exactly.
Like when you're on like a push map or something.
Exactly. It'd be cool because, Junkertown, all they really did is add an asset of a building that had like a health pack and had cover that you could hide behind.
We got that map, when we were playing it, was it you? Was it Little Dove who was like, why did they add a building here?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone asked that question. We were playing and I was like, I didn't even know I didn't know there was never a building there. I don't play Overwatch enough to know.
No, yeah. So that's an asset that they added there where it's something else to introduce to give a different angle. And I think it'd be cool to, I'm pretty sure I don't know how difficult it is, but it'd be cool to do stuff like that, or even just create different sort of like pathways, just like
add more clutter.
Yeah. Add more clutter, or like
make the whole thing play. Just make it rain clutter.
Or just like, create new paths to kind of give you different options to go down, That's why there's a lot of old maps that are no longer used just because there was a very big for or against for, like, there's this old map called, what was the name of it? It was set in Egypt.
I was about to ask you about that. I was going to ask you, when are they going to bring that Egypt map back? Because I remember liking that map. But yeah, it was very straightforward because it was only one path. It was this way, then that way, and that was it.
That was it.
That was all there was. It was just you control point 1, and then the final control point, and it was just like, and then that in between the control points, there was that choke point, right?
Yeah, there was that choke point.
Just sniper's heaven, where you just it would just pick people off.
Yeah,
because there was no other way around it. It was just that like you had to walk through that like thing.
Exactly. It's like when you really look back at it, compared to, man, that map was horrible. Like
I loved it, man. I loved it.
It was so funny because you're just like, hopefully our teammates can pull it. We can all just come together. But
that map definitely favored like the team on defense, right? Because it was
just because you had like cover, you had leverage, and you just had to like get lucky and or have a lot of people who are really skilled and stuff. And so it just depends. But I think it'd be cool to like refresh those maps, make them a little bit bigger or something, just give different things. And, I think try to figure out a way to make it just have different ways to kind of like maneuver the map,
Yeah.
but that's the developer update. So season 10 is coming up. Did I see the date in here? It's coming up soon because I know season 9's almost. Oh, okay, season 9's almost over, and so I think there's only like close to like 20 days left. So probably by the end of next month or the middle of next month, season 10 is when everything starts to take off for season 10.
Nice. Are you with all of that said, Al? The other day when we talked, you got very passionate, and I said, well, prepare to say that on the podcast. And so I'm going to give you your chance here. Everything you said on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever we talked about it, is your chance here because you were very positive on it.
I was very positive.
You were very positive and passionate, and you believe that you do believe that Overwatch is going in a good direction. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your deeper thoughts. If you have any other, after you've played a little bit more and have got to think about it a little bit more, like share your thoughts. Like, all right, so you are positive on Overwatch. You think this is a step in the right direction.
Yes.
Do you? All of this is giving you hope, right? Like you're hopeful with what they're doing and stuff, like making the heroes free, and all of that, and finding new ways for people to earn their skin, their mythic skins for characters they like, and all that. So
I'll say this, that definitely all the changes that they are talking about, all the things that they're wanting to introduce into it, and just kind of like keep the mechanics, the gameplay, the battle pass, try to keep it refreshing. I think it's a great step forward in a direction where I think it'll make the community and player base like happier. Of course you can't please everybody, but that's a given. That's always going to be there. But I think that for a majority of players, just something simple as saying, you know what, pick whichever skin you want. And then that is something that'll give the players be like, oh, I'm choosing what I want to go work towards, and, not necessarily feeling like, why do I even play this game if I don't even care about this skin or something like that. But I think that all the changes that they're trying to implement, all the plans that they have on their roadmap of the future seasons and everything else that they want to introduce, I think it's a great step forward because they are communicating a lot to the players and the fans. And that's great. They're always giving updates and they're constantly listening. If you pay attention to like, maybe not even maybe like a year or two ago, like things were way off, like way worse off. And I think we've spoke about this before the acquisition finalized and went through. I think I said this where I said that I think Microsoft acquiring them is going to be a good, because I think they're going to kind of clean house in a way to be like, okay, we're not going to mess with y'all, but we need to get things in order. So that way we can keep this, we want this game to continue because it makes money and we want you all to do your thing so that way players can be happy and we can constantly keep this machine going. What was I saying? But I think that everything they're talking about and they're introducing, bringing in new maps, doing all these reworks, trying new things, it shows that they're making an effort, which I appreciate because they could literally not do anything because there was a point in Overwatch where there was a couple like heroes introduced and then after that, like, it was like the same meta. It was the same. And there was not anything going on. And it was like miserable. But I think with how often they're talking to the community, talking to the players, and all the things that they're introducing, I think it's a positive step forward into possibly like getting Overwatch closer to what it used to be and how it used to be held in regard of like the video game space, where Overwatch 1, when it came out, people were in love with it. It won, Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
Yep.
And it was like just amazing. And so it's had a very long fall from grace, and it's trying to work its way back up to getting close to what it used to be. And I think they're doing it. As long as I apologize because I don't remember. Is it Aaron Keller? I think that's the guy who's over. He took over for Jeff Keighley. Not Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley worked for Blizzard?
Not Jeff Keighley.
He worked Jeff Keighley's the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, no, I forgot Jeff before he left. I forgot his last name. Yeah. Apologies, but I think Aaron Keller is the guy who he took over, and he seems to be like, okay, it looks like they're actively wanting to improve the game for players, and they're wanting to actively like keep listening and keep pushing it in a good direction. And I think, of course, you're going to have people who are just going to be like, ooh, Overwatch is just a shell of its former stuff. Whatever. I don't care, because I'm having a blast. Other people are having a blast. They're having fun. And I think as long as they continue to do what they're doing and it just keeps slowly going up, we might get to a point where I think when I spoke to you about it, I think I said maybe by season either 15 or something, or a little bit further.
You said season 15. You said season 15.
I think it's going to be in a really good place. I think it'll be in a really good place as long as everything that's happening now continues to happen and they keep adding to it. I think this game will be in a really good place. It might not be to where Overwatch 1 was and how highly regarded it was, but I think it'll be in a way better place than it was a year or two ago. And so I think as long as it continues the way it is, I don't think we have anything to worry about with Overwatch, you know?
Okay.
And so,
nice.
Yeah. And everybody else is a naysayer. You suck. No.
No. Screw you. Go jump. Yeah. No, for me, I'm going to give my 2 cents here as somebody who doesn't give a shit about Overwatch. None of this does anything for me, but it's also because it was never going to do anything to me to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
I play with you guys. I don't play this off stream. I don't play this by myself at all. Like, I only play with you and our friends Little Dove and Blitz. That's the only way I'll play it. So like maybe once a week I'll play it like one night for like 2 hours and then I'm done. And like, that's not even enough to make a significant impact on like the game, the battle pass or anything like that. And I just don't care. None of this does anything for me as a player, but I don't think it's meant for players like me who just inherently aren't going to enjoy it. But it's good to know that they are taking strides for the fans that love the game, that want to keep playing it. It's good to see that they are taking steps to address issues, to address improvements, to add more value to the game. You know what I mean? Like allowing players to go back and be able to get skins that they missed, you know, the mythic skins that they missed for their favorite characters just because maybe they fell off of Overwatch during that season or something. You know what I mean? It's nice to be able to have that opportunity to go, oh man, I like that skin from Mercy. I like her beach outfit, whatever. I got to go back and get it. Or Junkrat being Luke Skywalker. I don't know. Maybe. Junkrat would be Luke Skywalker, I think. If there was a Star Wars crossover, Junkrat would be Luke Skywalker. Makes no fucking sense.
Why not?
Who would be Darth Vader? It's not important. I'm getting into it. Now, if there was a Star Wars crossover, you bet your pretty bottom I would be in there just to play it. But that's the only way. Like, as much as I like Cowboy Bebop, that's not a crossover that would make me want to keep playing or fork over money. I don't think I've forked over any money since the first season pass, actually.
Oh wow!
I think I paid for the first season pack in October 2022, right?
Maybe I think so.
Yeah, that was 2022 was when it dropped, right?
Yeah,
October. Yeah, so that was the last time I paid for anything Overwatch 2 related. And before that, it was buying Overwatch 1. So, granted, I bought Overwatch 1 twice because I bought it on Xbox and I bought it on PC.
Ah. Interesting.
I bought it on Xbox for the collector's edition. See, I still have mine.
That's right, because you got the statue. Yeah,
I have the Soldier 76 statue, and then I bought it on PC to actually play. So
nice.
I've never actually played it on Xbox. I only ever played it on PC. That's right. I spent $150, I think, or something like that, just for the statue. There was other stuff that came with it too.
Okay.
Back then, I was really into Overwatch. I was into Overwatch for like a month. So,
oh man.
Like I said, I love the character designs. I actually love the characters themselves and stuff. I don't give a crap about the actual game though. Which is wild. I like the comics. If you read the comics, I love the comics. They stopped making comics though. Yeah,
it's funny. I actually never got into the comics. I just was only into the game.
Nah, I'm into all the extra shit that they don't even use. They don't even make anymore. They even stopped making like the awesome freaking story trailers. So those are so good. Anyway,
they did. I think wasn't it a couple months ago? They did release some like short anime stories revolving the lore. Yeah.
No. Okay. Man, I didn't see it. Just because again, I'm so out of touch with Overwatch. Outside of what you tell me and what pops up on the newsfeed. So
I get that.
but yeah, anyways, I'm glad that people are happy for it. I'm so indifferent towards it. But I also, there's nothing they can do to get me to come back in unless they release PvE stuff. That's the only way to get me to play. And like play consistently and want to play outside of my normal time I would play. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, that makes sense.
But other than that, like when we play, I'm always like, do we really have to? I complain a good chunk about, which is probably annoying for you and the others, but I just complain. I'm like, do we have to do this? Come on. I guess I'll play.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Overwatch update. We'll be back next month for another Overwatch update. Until then, I'm going to pretend this game doesn't exist. And L is going to keep playing it because he's a freak.
Overwatch out.
But maybe there's a competitor to Overwatch that's coming that will make me want to play. Spoiler, it won't. But maybe there's a slight chance, there's a wee bit of chance that Marvel's Rivals will make me want to come play an Overwatch-like game. This is an article from PC Gamer. Marvel Rivals is a 6v6 hero shooter in development at NetEase. Testing begins in May. This is from Andy Chalk over on PC Gamer. Marvel Rivals is a free-to-play PvP team-based third-person shooter revealed today by NetEase that pits teams of 6 heroes and villains from the Marvel universe against each other in a battle across multiple worlds, ranging from Asgard to 2099 Tokyo. The whole thing is, of course, rooted in a multiverse beef. A clash between Doctor Doom and his counterpart from the year 2099 has somehow caused a collision of universes and a time stream entanglement, forcing heroes and villains into unexpected alliances. And what is this word?
What is that?
I don't know.
Alliances
it's something as they seek to defeat both. I think that's
that might be a word I've never seen in my life.
I think they misspelled this word. As they seek to defeat both Dooms before either of them can take control of these newly created worlds. So this is a 6v6 team-based shooter. It's going to be third person, but there's already been a lot of comparisons to it with Overwatch and all that.
Yeah.
Before you get any deeper, L, when I texted you this, were you like, what? Or were you like, oh, this seems cool? When I texted it to you.
I kind of was curious. I was like, a Marvel 6v6 game that is supposed to be like Overwatch. And I was like, let me check out the trailer. Let me look at it and everything. And I was initially curious. And so I was just like, I wonder what that looks like. Because I do love, funny enough, about Marvel, even though like I'm kind of getting tired of like the movies and the shows and stuff. The comics are amazing to me. I think the comics are really cool. And I know like I'm very much somewhat of a nerd of like Marvel and DC, like just comic book lore and stuff. And so it was interesting to see this. But I guess like watching the trailer, I could see the comparisons, but I just don't think it's going to be like it's not going to be a 1-to-1, but I think I don't know how it's going to move, which by the way, I signed up for the beta or the alpha, and I'm going to try to play test it. And so hopefully we can stream it and try it out. But
with alpha, I doubt it'll probably be in the NDA that says, no, you can't.
Sorry, you can't stream.
Most likely.
Oh, that's right. Well, never mind guys. Sorry. But it'll be interesting because I do love certain Marvel games and DC games that are really cool, but this one, I don't know how it's going to play because is it only 6v6? Because, Overwatch is the whole like tank, support, DPS, which some characters look like they play certain roles because they have 3 classes. I think this one has support, and I forgot the other 2. I did like research into it, and I'm in the Discord where people are talking, and there's like 3 different classes that are similar to tank, DPS, and support, but I don't remember what they called them instead of tank and DPS. They called it something else. I can't remember. Yeah,
I have no idea. You know more about it than I did. I saw the trailer, thought the trailer looked cool. I was like, oh, the animation portion of the trailer looked really cool. When they got into the gameplay, I didn't think it looked good. But people seem to be like, oh, this looks great. I'm like, man, this looks slow and stiff. It was my reaction to it. Where I was like, there were some cool moments, like when Rocket Raccoon jumps on Groot's and like they have like an ultimate thing together, essentially. That looked cool. Magic's ability looked cool, like Magic turning into like this monster and stuff. Like there were some like cool things to it, but like just the straight combat stuff that they showed, I was like, ugh, This is slow and stiff to me. Like it didn't feel that like that. There's like I wouldn't say Overwatch is super fast paced, but there's a speed nature to it in Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of, and it depends on depends on the momentum of which team is doing what. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Like in Overwatch, you have those moments where it's like frantic, and then you have the slowdown. Whereas just from and again, this is just the trailer. Maybe when we actually play the game and stuff, we'll have that similar thing where it's frantic, and then we slow down a little bit, and then frantic again.
Exactly.
Maybe, but I don't know. Just it looked very stiff and slow to me.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's one of the first things I noticed too. It did look very stiff, but of course I'm like, well, this game is an alpha, so I was like, let me not check, because it could easily change by the time we get to play test it, or even you get to beta or when it comes out. So, but it did move stiff. My whole thing with it is like, I guess maybe I'm just so used to like the Overwatch play of like how things can go really quick, really fast, and you're just like, okay, we're going in combat, and then you, like you said, you pause, you're like, okay, we can wait a couple seconds till we fight again. This one, it almost reminds me of just not necessarily a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, but somewhat of like, it's just Marvel heroes just fighting enemies. That's what it just feels like. You're just on this big map. That's all it feels like to me. And so I wonder what kind of game modes they'll have. It looks okay to me. I like the certain aspects of like the character designs, but I wonder how their version of Ultimates is going to be like. What does that look like? And but other than that, I'll say I'm willing to give it a chance, because I'm like, okay, maybe this will be cool, because I always want games to like succeed and stuff, but we'll just have to see.
We have more to talk about with that, but I wanted to continue on with this article because I do want to talk about the initial list of characters. So in this article, they also have a list of characters that are going to be part of the alpha and probably be the launch characters. Maybe they'll have like a little bit more. But right now they have Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki, Luna Snow. I had to research who Luna Snow was. Never heard of her before. Magic, Magneto, Mantis, Namor, Penny Parker, Rocket Raccoon, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Storm, Star-Lord, and the Punisher. Do you like that lineup of characters? Do you? I don't know. I think it's okay. I mean, they have like some cool characters. They have a couple like heavyweights in there, like your Black Panthers, Doctor Strange, Magneto. It's gonna be not Magic. Magic is so cool. I love Magic.
I don't even know who Magic is. I don't even.
She's part of the X-Men, New Mutants, and stuff like that.
Oh, New Mutants. Gotcha.
Sorry, I love X-Men. So I love X-Men. Okay. So it's like she's the sister to Colossus, actually.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. I think it's interesting because I will say this about the cast, that you have like kind of a variety of different types of heroes in there, which I'm pretty sure that's going to play a factor in like everybody's roles as what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
What's going to be funny to me, this is a side note, is like there's going to be like fighting, and then there's probably gonna be one or two people that are gonna be like, in the comic books, this wouldn't happen like this.
They mean mid-match? They're just gonna say that. Stand in the middle of the map, give a dissertation.
The Hulk would kill everyone. No,
just so everybody knows, the Hulk gets angrier the more damage he takes, and so this is not realistic at all. Theoretically, the Hulk should be so powerful right now that he wipes us all out. It's just like, what? Shut up, dude. Just play the game.
Exactly.
I think that's the lore of Hulk, isn't it? Anyway, it's not important. But yeah, like, I don't know. The list seems cool. Again, I had to look up who Luna Snow was because I didn't know who that was. Most of these I recognize. Luna Snow and then Penny Parker are the only ones I didn't really recognize. But Penny Parker's in across the Spider-Verse, right? Or am I lying?
I don't know. What makes me laugh so much is what the below that list, because this is my thought too. It says, the writer of the article says, I have to admit, I struggle a bit to see how Punisher fits into that lineup. He is, after all, just the guy with a gun. Like, but
he's gonna be the Soldier 76. Probably the Soldier 76 of the group.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
But I'm going to continue on with the article. One particularly interesting aspect of Marvel's Rivals is team up skills, which enables two characters to combine their abilities into unique powers and tactics. Rocket Raccoon can blast away at enemies while riding on Groot's back, for instance, while Hulk can unleash his gamma energy to supercharge Iron Man's armor. It's not clear at this point whether every character will be able to team up with everyone else, or if only certain heroes or villains will be able to get together. I do think this is a cool aspect, like, you know, you plan your team around what characters you would have, like Hulk and Iron Man, being able to have Hulk go in his rage mode while Iron Man is powering up his armor, or, you know, maybe Groot is the tank and Rocket Raccoon is able to, you know, jump on his back, beat DPS, and then you have like the super, you know, like I think the team up skills are going to be very interesting and seeing how they use them. I look at the list of characters and I'm like, I don't know who would pair up with who besides the obvious one. Like Rocket Raccoon Groot was the obvious one. I wouldn't necessarily have put Hulk and Iron Man together, but like I look at the rest of the list, I don't know, maybe Scarlet Witch and Magneto team up. I don't know. I guess Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange would be more likely, but I don't know. Like I just look at this, I'm like, I don't know who, Star-Lord and Mantis maybe, but yeah,
maybe.
I'm just like, I look at this, I'm like, I don't know who could pair up with who.
I think if the game is successful, then down the line, because I've seen a lot of people say that they should add Doctor Doom, they should add the big bads, you know, Thanos, add all these people or whatever. And so,
I mean, at the end of the trailer, there's Galactus as a
daughter.
Yeah, Galactus as a girl, lady.
Oh, that's his daughter.
Is it his daughter? I thought it was just Galactus himself. Well,
no, no, it's Galactus' daughter.
Didn't even know Galactus had a daughter. I'm gonna be honest. I don't pay attention.
That's something I learned from the trailer, and I was like, had to look it up, and I was like, what is going on? And
I thought it was just a female Galactus. I thought they were just gonna take it, female Galactus. Well,
that's hilarious.
But hey, it is what it is. Now, here's the thing. NetEase. I don't know if you know who NetEase is, El. NetEase makes mostly mobile games, and their games are littered with Michael. Littered with people named Michael. It's fucking weird. No, microtransactions. So there's a lot of concern with people going, ooh, I don't know if this is going to be, it's going to be, because like Overwatch already gets a lot of flack for their microtransactions and stuff. Like I have a feeling, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm willing to bet there's going to be a shit ton of microtransactions, and it's going to be what kills the game.
I could definitely see that.
I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. But yeah, NetEase mostly makes mobile games. They haven't made too many like actual big title games. I'm looking at their list right now, trying to see if there's anything notable there. Naraka, I don't know if you remember, Naraka is probably the biggest one. But yeah, most of their games are mobile games. So yeah, like I don't have too much faith in terms of like how they're gonna nickel and dime people and how they're gonna get money. I'm willing to bet the transaction. God, I can't say that word. Microtransactions are gonna be what kills the game for a lot of people. Like they're gonna see like $30 for a skin or something like that.
Definitely. Like, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, that's definitely something that, like you said earlier, like Overwatch definitely gets a lot of flack for that. But if this is anything like, I mean, I used to play a lot of Marvel Puzzle Quest, which is nothing like this, but like that has a lot of microtransactions and stuff, and that can definitely kill your game.
Oh yeah. But we'll see. I mean, again, it's only going into alpha in May. Who knows when it's actually going to release? It may turn out that, you know, alpha happens. The feedback is this game sucks, and they go, well, bye. We're done. Shutting it down. We're never going to get out of alpha. That's entirely possible. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think with like the Marvel IP. I think the Marvel IP might be strong enough to at least get it to release. Yeah. And then we'll see after that. But I mean, anything could happen, you know? So we'll see. Who knows how long it'll take before the game actually has a launch. I have a feeling though they're gonna do a alpha, which alpha is probably gonna be their actual beta, and then by like October they're like, yeah, we're gonna release it. Even though, yeah, I'm actually more pessimistic about this than I mean to be. But I don't have a lot of faith in Marvel Rivals at all. But, I'm setting the bar so low that I will be happy when it comes out. I have the bar so low that hopefully I'm happy when it comes out. And man, I probably won't be. But we'll see. We'll see. Nice. So if you get accepted alpha, you're going to play for sure?
Definitely. Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll play for a little bit or however long the alpha is, just to kind of get a feel for it and see whether or not it's even like worth continuing, But yeah, I'll give it a try. I signed up. Hopefully I get accepted.
Yeah. We won't know probably until April, right? Is probably when we're going to find out. Yeah, I signed up too. Also, something that bugged me about the sign up sheet, it was just a Google form.
Yeah.
And also a lot of stuff was misspelled. Ooh. I don't know if you were actually like sitting there reading stuff. A lot of stuff was either misspelled or really bad grammar. And I was like, man, whoever translated this fucked up. It annoyed me as a person, I went to grad school sorry, everybody. I'm about to put on my education pompous hat here. As someone who went to grad school for English composition and stuff, creative writing, it annoys me that this kind of release from a company was that bad. Like, it just annoyed me. I was just like, oof, why? Didn't leave a good impression for me. That's also why I don't have a lot of faith. It's a really dumb reason. But yeah. Anyways, it annoyed me. It bugged me. And that's a very superficial thing that I'm probably the only person in the world that probably actually gives a shit about that. So, because you didn't even notice. So
I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, sign me up.
Not notice. So yeah, we probably give them our email and they're just going to take it and sell it to the dark web.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Did you not see the little fine print that said, you've now signed over all your future children to us?
Oh.
Don't have children now. Don't have children. Hell, wrap us down. Wind us down. Wrap us down. Wind us down. Whatever. I made a joke and then you didn't even respond to
it. Sorry, I got cut off guard.
I just snorted. Damn it. Wind us down, damn it! In the stream. In the stream. In the podcast.
Everybody, thanks so much for tuning into the Respawn Please podcast. You can catch the video version of the podcast on our YouTube at Respawn Please podcast. So make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos and when we do our live streams. As well as you can get the audio version of the podcast everywhere you get podcasts. Just look up Respawn Please podcast. Make sure to follow us on social media at Respawn Please podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And thanks for tuning in.
Look into the eyes of Aldoon and see your fate. Also, on Wednesday and Thursday, if all goes right and Elle's not lying to me, we're going to be spreading democracy across the galaxy.
Yes.
We're finally joining the fight and spreading democracy.
Finally.
We're going to be playing Helldivers 2 on Wednesday and Thursday? Or just Wednesday?
Just Wednesday. I do want to play
just
Lethal
Wednesday.
Company again.
Okay, so Thursday will be Lethal Company. Wednesday, Helldivers. So tune in for that. But we will spread democracy and kill some gosh darn bugs and automatronic robot thingy-mabobbies.
Also, last thing, because I just remembered, on the last review, Please Video Game Edition, we said we were going to play Maneater. It actually changed. We are actually playing, is it pronounced Gris?
Gris,
Gris?
yeah.
Gris.
Gris? I don't know.
Gris, available on Xbox Game Pass, a game from Devolver Digital. And so we'll be playing that for the review next time. So just a little update. But, thanks. Yeah.
Because Maneater doesn't work.
Yeah, it does not work.
Fucking Maneater. Anyways, bye.
Bye.